Chapter 2. The Recruitment. Emma Clark had never been inside a government building before. The security gates, the fluorescent lights, the cold marble floor. Everything about the place made her nervous. She clutched her purse tighter as the guard waved her through, then followed the young man in a suit who said he would take her to the briefing room. She hadn't asked too many questions. The invitation had been strange enough on its own. A quiet phone call, a polite voice telling her she'd been flagged for an opportunity that concerned national interest. At first, she thought it was a prank. She was only 20, working part-time at a coffee shop, living with a roommate, and figuring out what to do with her life. National interest wasn't usually her lane, but curiosity, and maybe a little recklessness, had won. The door opened, and Emma stepped into a small conference room. A man in his 50s sat at the table. Gray suit, neatly combed hair, the kind of presence that filled the room without him raising his voice. He gestured toward the chair across from him. "Miss Clark." "Thank you for coming." Emma sat carefully. "I wasn't sure if I should." The man smiled faintly. "That's natural. Let me make this simple. My name is Mason Cole. I'm with the Central Intelligence Agency, and I'd like to talk to you about someone." Emma blinked, uncertain if she'd heard right. "The CIA? Why me?" Cole folded his hands on the table. "Because you're a name that came up. And sometimes, the smallest connections make the biggest difference." He slid a folder toward her. A photo clipped inside showed a man in his 30s, dark hair, serious eyes, standing in front of what looked like a construction camp. Cole's voice was steady. "This is Elias Ward. Canadian. By day, a construction worker. By night, a genius. He's building something revolutionary, something the United States cannot afford to fall into the wrong hands." Emma looked at the photo again. The man didn't look like a genius. He looked lonely. "What does this have to do with me?" she asked quietly. Cole leaned back, studying her. "Ward doesn't trust governments. If we approach him directly, he'll disappear. But people like him. Sometimes they respond to something more human, a connection, a relationship. And your name came to us in a very particular way. A chance link. A friend of yours dated one of our analysts, and your name was mentioned." Emma blinked again, almost laughing. "So you want me to... what?" "Date him?" Cole didn't laugh. "We want you to meet him. Naturally, on his terms. We can arrange work for you, a catering company, contracted at his construction camp. The rest would be up to you." Emma leaned back in her chair, heart racing. It sounded insane, ridiculous, dangerous. And yet, something about the photo on the table drew her in. Those eyes, not cold, not cruel, just watchful, guarded. A man who had seen too much, or lost too much. She pressed her lips together. "And if I say no?" Cole gave a small shrug. "Then you walk out that door, and no one will bother you again. But if you say yes, you could be part of something extraordinary. You'd have our full support. You'd be the one person who can reach him. And maybe, the person who can change his life." Emma looked down at the photo one last time. Elias Ward. She didn't know him. Not yet. But something deep inside told her this wasn't just a mission. It was the beginning of something she couldn't explain. She exhaled slowly and gave a single nod. "All right, I'll do it." Far away, in a cold trailer in Canada, Elias closed his laptop and set it back under the bed. He didn't know it yet, but the walls around his heart had already been marked for breach. And the first knock was coming soon.